Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez toutes et tous bien. Comme vous pouvez le voir, on se retrouve sur The Dwarves. Et oui, je me remets sur la série. Je l'avais, si vous vous souvenez bien, j'ai toujours pas fini la série. Je m'étais arrêté en plein milieu et ça faisait, je crois que ça fait un an que j'avais pas continué. Et j'ai eu beaucoup de messages comme quoi les gens voulaient la fin et la suite. Et moi aussi, ça m'avait fait chier de pas faire la suite. Donc je vais continuer cette série et je vais la terminer parce que bon, le truc qui m'était arrivé en fait, c'était que j'avais fait j'avais en fait le jeu plantait assez régulièrement avant et ça me gavait beaucoup et à bout d'un moment, en plein tournage, enfin en plein enregistrement, le jeu a planté une énième fois, ça m'a fait chier, j'ai laissé tomber, en fait j'ai jamais repris le jeu à cause de ça. Donc là j'espère que maintenant il est un peu plus stable. Parce que je crois que c'est le logiciel d'enregistrement qui fait planter le jeu. Enfin je suis pas très sûr mais... Bon allez on va continuer. Alors on va aller là. Alors, je me rappelle, je sais même plus où je me suis arrêté pour vous dire.
The villagers are hassling a young woman, insulting her and pushing her to the ground.
Ok. Vous distinguez à quelle distance distance de vous une foule en colère, des villageois harcèlent une jeune femme en l'insultant et en la poussant au sol. Vous interposez de force entre la foule et la jeune femme, rejoindre les villageois et regardez ce qui se passe. Je vais m'interposer. J'aime sauver.
What's going on here?
A man dressed in richly decorated vestments looks you up and down.
Plenty will be with you, dwarf. It is none of your business, but this woman here is a thief. She and her henchmen have emptied the monastery's granary and were willing to abandon us to our fate.
That's a lie. We asked for help and these people turned us away. I came back to ask again.
Au prêtre, quelle preuve avez-vous que cette femme a commis un crime? La femme... Dites-nous ce qui est arrivé.
What evidence do you have against this woman?
We found the granary broken into. Almost a third of our grain and a significant amount of supplies have gone. And all this just one
Voilà, ça peut être juste une coïncidence.
People were snooping around here.
Ce n'est pas une preuve.
It could simply be coincidence. Anyway, why would a thief come back to the scene of a crime?
The priest eyes you in silence, while some of the villagers make it clear that dwarves should keep their noses out of their business.
À la femme, dites-nous ce qui est arrivé.
Tell us what happened.
The villagers grumble, but the priest gives the woman a chance to defend herself.
My name is Tavia. I was forced to flee Tabayin with my family when the perished land began to spread. My husband, we had to leave him behind.
The horror in the woman's eyes gives you a good idea as to what became of her husband.
No one accepted us in the north. There are too many refugees and everyone is scared. Queen Wei has offered land in Wayan to anyone who will work hard for it. But what should we grow if no one will sell us grain? We offered a fair price, but Father Malin...
She darts a scathing gaze at the priest.
He wanted double the amount.
The priest glances briefly at the angry villagers. Then he replies in a firm voice.
It was a hard winter. And with the increasing frequency of orc attacks, we must think of ourselves first and foremost. Even we cannot help everyone.
The bystanders mutter in agreement.
Alors, relâchez la femme, nous pouvons enquêter sur cette affaire si vous le souhaitez. Faites ce que vous avez à faire, nous avons des choses plus importantes à faire. Relâchez la femme, nous pouvons enquêter sur cette affaire.
We have no doubt that she did it.
The priest looks at the villagers standing around him, the lust for blood written in their faces.
On the other hand, before we do something we can't undo.
Dissatisfied murmuring grows, which the priest debates with mollifying gestures.
Search for your evidence. You there, lock this woman up in the guardhouse in the meantime.
The woman is taken into a squat building made of rough blocks of stone. The crowd slowly disbands.
Alors, la femme est amenée dans un bâtiment trapu, fait de blocs de pierre grossiers. La foule se disperse lentement. Parlez au prêtre Malone, entrez dans l'entrepôt, entrez dans le poste de garde. Qui se barre. Bon bah, on va régler le truc, mais on se casse. Hein. Entrez dans l'entrepôt.
Enter the village's large storehouse. The ground floor of the two-story building is full of turnips, with large barrels and clay pots on the floor and on high shelves. Several villagers are carrying out stock-taking. They're being supervised by a weedy man who observes them with a grim expression and writes things on a wax tablet every now and then.
Observez un peu plus longuement la scène, montez les escaliers et allez dans le premier étage.
Work is in full swing. The man with the wax tablet grumbles now and then in agreement when one of the peasants shouts out a number to him. It shouldn't take too much longer until they finish the inventory.
Montez les escaliers et allez au premier étage.
Piled up on top of one another on the first floor. They are most likely filled with different kinds of grain and, judging by the omnipresent white dust, flour.
Il fait trop sombre ici, est-ce que quelqu'un peut allumer un feu? C'est pas un peu tendu, un feu dans une grange?
You walk towards the only area in the storeroom where you can see the floorboards. You hesitate as your boots slip on the floor, as if you're walking on mud.
Turgdil?
The Magister Technicus carefully observes the roof beams above the empty corner. He grabs at a beam and crumbles something between his fingers. You can't make out what it is, so you copy him and feel damp, rotten wood. It's very easy to pull away small pieces.
What are you doing here?
The man with the wax tablet is standing on the stairs. He sounds half angry, half shocked.
No one is allowed in here.
Des nains ici? Que faites-vous? Eh bien, votre maison est de traviole. Si personne n'est autorisé à rentrer ici, que faites-vous ici, vous? Vous êtes conscient que la toiture fuit?
The rain has gotten here. The roof and the floor are damp.
Those savages. It wasn't enough that they steal from us. They had to damage the roof too. That was probably where they got in.
The wood didn't start to rot yesterday, good man.
The steward's face turns bright red.
And you are the experts on such things, are you?
Assuming the roof here has been leaky for a long time, what would have happened to the grain in the sacks directly underneath? Wouldn't it have turned rotten?
The man wets his lips. His gaze darts around the room.
The roof was fine. I'll have it repaired. And now, get out of here.
The steward angrily blocks off all further attempts at talking to him, and even when you threaten him with Father Malon, it doesn't have the desired effect. The father trusts in him, he says, and he's always been a devout follower. The heavy door of the storehouse closes behind you, and you hear a bolt sliding into place from the inside.
D'accord. Entrez dans le poste de garde.
You enter the guardhouse, and before the guards know, Boindil and Boendal have caught them up in a friendly conversation. Shielded from the view of the guards, you exchange a few words with the suspect without being disturbed.
Où est le butin? Pourquoi êtes-vous revenu au village?
Why did you come back to the village?
I wanted to negotiate with Father Malon for the grain. What else could I do? No sooner had I arrived than they surrounded me and accused me of robbery.
Non, si je dis ça, va peut-être se braquer. Parce que où est le butin?
You leave the woman in her cell.
Mauvais plan. Allez parler au père Marlon.
The priest is lost in thoughts, standing in front of the temple, as if he couldn't decide whether to go in or not.
Alors, que pouvez-vous me dire au sujet du bonhomme mère? Quelle importance du grain à vos yeux?
I was wondering, what was here first, the temple or the village?
Ah, a keen eye. The temple is indeed much too big for such a small village. It was built on the foundations of an old stronghold when salt was found nearby. The village has grown over the years in the shadow of the temple. Good people live here. Honest and pious children of Pelandil.
He glances at the place where the woman was surrounded.
Why can't we just be left in peace?
Alors, quelle importance du grain volé à vos yeux? Ouah, on sait, hein, ça sert à rien. La toiture du grenier fuit.
The granary is leaky. We saw some rotten wooden planks.
Again? Morris only had the roof repaired last summer.
Did he? If he didn't, some of the grain would have got damp and rotten.
Out of the question. Morris would have reported that. He checks the grain once a month and there were no complaints.
The priest has absolutely no doubt in what he is saying. Often a sign that someone hasn't thought things over.
Supposing Tavia really did steal the grain and supplies, but only to save her family, would you turn a blind eye?
Palandio teaches generosity, but that too must have its boundaries. We cannot help everyone. At some point there won't be enough for us.
So, if you had sold the grain, the people of Seaton would have starved.
Maybe not. Not yet. But if we always give everything we have away...
No one is saying always, and no one is saying everything.
The priest shrugs his shoulders apologetically. He doesn't wish to spoil things.
Ah, ça... Oui, merci. Alors, personne dit toujours et personne n'a dit... Ok. Nous devons partir.
And the priest returns the gesture.
Par contre, c'est cool parce que j'ai un mise à jour de Warship qui s'est mis... il veut pas se retirer. Dégage! Vous faites vos adieux d'un hochement de tête à peu près... Oui, merci, j'ai compris. Faites vos adieux d'un hochement de tête. Et le prêtre fait de même. Quittez bourg de mer. Ouais, mais attends. Il y a un truc qui va pas là.
The priest is lost in...
Je peux rien faire.
You nod goodbye.
Et du coup, on se casse genre comme ça. Ah, c'est vrai qu'on est autant. Rodario, Wingard. Ouais, c'est ça. Non. Je sais pas si je peux faire quelque chose. Ouais, je sais pas, Bon allez, c'est bon, on se tire.
You spend the night protected from the wind in a ruin, and are sitting around a campfire as the topic of your new companion's performance on the stage comes up.
Sleight of hand, speed,
Il y a les peaux vertes qui se rapprochent là.
and makeup can have an incredible effect. Namora transformed herself into an elf using the latter.
I also noticed your weapons, Namora. I've never seen such swords before.
Their names are Crescent and Sunbeam. I designed them myself. It took a long time until I found a smith who was able to make them.
She looks like a pointy ear too. Nature hasn't been kind to her.
For this absent-minded remark, Boindil receives evil looks from Namora and grins from the men.
Perhaps I really am an elf, and will bring you a nightmare in your sleep tonight. Don't be surprised if you wake up screaming.
For a moment, it seems as though she has merged with the darkness, but when you blink, everything is back to normal.
By the gods! Isn't she magnificent in her role?
There is no denying what Rodario says.
Ok. Alors, il me reste 20 jours de nourriture et je dois aller ici. Et là, on a quoi là? Ouais, ça va faire un peu... un peu long. Parce que si ça fait 9 jours... Quand orc. Ah! D'accord, il y a un camp orc ici. On va peut-être aller là pour récupérer de la bouffe, non?
When you enter the strongly fortified mountain village, you see a large group of miners standing around a shaft in heated discussion.
I really saw them, I swear!
A young man in mining clothes defiantly stares at an older man who is a good head taller than him.
Even if you did, smashing the lift hoist, it would have been better to have not sent the cage down again until we cleared this thing up.
Is there a problem?
The older man, perhaps a foreman, is so angry that he hardly seems to have realized that he's talking to a dwarf.
Mika here says that he saw orcs in the mine, and he smashed the lift hoist to bits. The cage has crashed to the bottom of the shaft. How are we supposed to work now?
Je dirais qu'il a réagi de façon excessive, même s'il y avait des orques. Si des orques se trouvent vraiment dans la mine, il a bien réagi. Peut-être pouvons-nous aider avec les réparations, cela ne nous concerne pas.
Can we help you somehow?
Help? Well, we'll have to repair the hoist, and we need a new cage.
The foreman turns to a man next to him for answers. He's just as muscular, with dirty, calloused hands and an angular face.
It will take at least 2 weeks, but we don't need any help, unless you can speed up time.
I'll need 1 day. 2 at the most, if there are problems.
The foreman looks aghast at the Technicus, unsure whether he's joking or not.
1 day? Have you got any idea how...
Fergus is the most talented Magister Technicus in Girdlegard. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Let him help.
As long as he doesn't get in my way,
The worker shrugs his shoulders.
why not?
Bien alors nous vous aiderons, nous avons besoin de rien en retour. Bien dans ce cas, nous vous aiderons en échange de quelques provisions. Demandez 30 de provisions.
Good. Then we'll help you. But we would like provisions for it. 30 rations.
Sure. If you pull it off, the provisions are yours. You really trust in your skills, don't you? Mika, give him a hand.
Ah voilà.
Fergus immediately gets to work, examining the hoist. After a few moments, he sends Mika off with a list of tools and spare parts, and explains to you how to build the cage, while he takes care of the hoist's rustic mechanism. After half a day, the cage is operational again, but Fergus is still busy with the hoist. You just hear him muttering.
So far, there is no automatic brake in case the ropes snap, but it shouldn't be too hard to fit one.
Fergus decides to fit the automatic
D'accord, on va actionner les freins automatiques.
time than expected. Building the hoist from scratch would have been simple, but the upgrade turns out to be complicated. In the end, it takes 2 days until the lift is operational again. After the work is done, you report to the foreman.
You've kept your part of the deal, we'll keep ours. Take the provisions for your journey.
Parfait. Ah, regardez ce qu'on propose le marchand. Cool. On a de la nourriture. Alors j'ai combien? J'ai 100 d'or. Une potion de soin là. Ah non, j'ai 3000 d'or. Enfin je crois. Attendez, je sais même plus. Ah merde! J'ai dépensé tout mon pognon. Bon, on manque pas d'or. Ah, attendez. Non, c'est bon. Comment ça marche ça déjà? Shop, vos objets. Alors, attendez, si je prends 32 plus. Ok.
You travel down into the mine in the repaired lift.
On va devoir où sont les
The
orques.
place where he saw the orcs, and you follow the winding gallery. After 1,000 paces, you stopped counting, and only after several hours do you reach an exit. There's a stench of tallow in the air. The tunnel leads directly into a huge orc camp, which blocks the pass into Snowdale Valley. If you attacked from here,
Ouais, c'est ce camp-là, quoi.
you'd have the element of surprise on your side.
I could go and take a look and perhaps improve our chances for an attack.
You remember how the actor had transformed himself into Lot Yonin and Nudin in Mephodania? You certainly wouldn't bet against him being able to walk through the orc camp unnoticed.
I'll come with you. If I stay in the shadows, they won't see me.
The actor nods gratefully.
I'll come too. I also know how to keep myself hidden.
Namora wants to object, but you are quicker.
Thank you, Geralda. 2 more eyes and ears would be helpful on such a mission. Listen, try to sabotage their defenses, and if you can safely take out a couple of guards, then do it. But don't take any big risks. Come back here if things get too hairy.
Namora and Rodario rejoin you without any particular urgency. The infiltration was a complete success. No one detected the two of them.
Allez, donc, j'ai fait une coupure parce qu'au final, j'ai attaqué le fort, et le fort est quasiment imprenable, quoi. Je me suis repris au moins 6-7 fois, il y a des archers partout, c'est le bordel, c'est trop suicidaire, donc on va le contourner maintenant que j'ai de la nourriture. Et c'est assez chiant, quoi. Parce qu'il faut monter, en fait il fallait prendre 4 portes. Et pendant tout le long c'est un énorme couloir, les mecs ils vous tirent dessus avec des arcs. Et en plus après vous avez des hordes qui arrivent à chaque fois. Et il y a un chef dedans. Waouh. On n'est que 4 à pouvoir se battre. Chaud. C'est de la drogue. Je sais plus si c'est une... Je me rappelle plus c'est qui elle au final. Que contient la bouteille? Un médicament? Allez.
Is that medicine?
No, it's... I don't know either. If I don't drink it, I have a longing for it. It gets stronger and stronger until it...
Ouais.
Until I can't stand
la
it
drogue.
anymore. When I drink it, the longing disappears, and I feel rested and strong.
And when the phial's empty?
I don't know. I don't know where I got the drink from, let alone what it is. But if I don't drink it, frackers give me strength. I think I would go crazy or die.
Geralda plays with the phial, lost in her thoughts, as if she were trying to remember where she saw it for the first time.
Ok. Maintenant que j'ai de la bouffe, ça va. Enfin, ça va, ça part vite quand même.
You discover some ancient ruins and an orc camp in a gorge. A small group of Bognalim is moving between tents, piles of rubbish and cages. In one of the cages, you think you can make out some movement.
Ouais. J'espère que c'est pas le même camp que là-haut, hein, parce que sinon... Parce que là-bas, du coup, c'était un vrai camp. Alors, quand ils avaient dit, ouais, on a affaibli leur défense, je fais, oh la vache, qu'est-ce que ça devait être sans affaiblir leur défense? Parce que je devais sortir... Je devais en fait les tuer un par un avec... Ah cool, bon alors on va prendre alors lui il a des flèches empoisonnées mais c'est super chiant en fait. Et pareil Namora, je suis pas trop fan de son combat Namora. Allez, on va faire du 100% nain. Même pas, on va prendre... Alors, attendez. Ah, je vois rien. Non, mais... Oui, mais non, mais... Attendez. Comment? Attends, je peux pas... Ah oui, voilà, je me souvenais plus comment... Restez groupés là, on va pas commencer à s'éloigner tous là. C'est ça. C'est des bombes. Bon, commencez à me saouler là. Toi tu te prends cher aussi là. Oh merde. T'as fait ça sur le mauvais. Oui, il prend cher, il prend cher, il prend cher. Oh là 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 là. Ouais, c'est quoi tout ça là? Ah! On va mourir, on va mourir. Non, on va mourir, il est mort, d'accord. Ah, mais ils se reproduisent comme moi, c'est quoi tout ça là? Couché. Turgdil va mourir, c'est super. Ok, tout le monde est mort, c'est super. Et wow, on va se calmer les enfants là. Ils sont super forts ces cons. Ok. D'accord. Comment faire? Il y a un sac de bombes. Ce serait peut-être pas mal d'utiliser le sac de bombes. Alors lui non, il sera pas fort au corps à corps. Si personne n'aime Guangar, il attire automatiquement les ennemis. Sympa pour lui. Attends. Ah, il a des bombes. Ah oui, d'accord, j'ai compris. Ah, attendez, il y a peut-être une autre grotte par là. Ouais. Non, non, Turgdil, là, c'est pas bon. Putain. Elles sont les autres grottes? Il n'y a pas d'autres? Ah merde, il a sommé. Y'a là. Et où le grotte? Ah là. On s'en sort. Il y a une autre dans le coin là ou quoi? Non, non. Oh putain, j'ai déjà des morts là. Où c'est qu'il y en a d'autres? Attendez, je suis un peu... Il y a d'autres grottes dans le coin ou quoi? Ah putain, grotte. Elle est où l'autre? Elle est là. Voilà. Hop. On reprend ici. Regroupez-vous. C'est chaud quoi. Va voir le frangin. On peut pas lui faire.
What is it? I'm with you. Of course.
Ah, mon dieu.
Yes, yes.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Il l'a tué? Ah non, ok.
Impressive, I must say. Let me out, my friends.
Oh! Ouais, on a tous monté de level, super. Et j'avais pas vu, il fallait détruire des grottes au début. Alors... Ok... Nuage sonisphère, nuage d'acide. Lance une fiole libère un nuage d'une substance narcotique, le nuage étourdit les ennemis. Ouais, on va prendre ça. Ok. Namora, anneau de la mort. Namora lance des attaques rapides, infligeant d'importants dégâts à tous les ennemis qui l'entourent. Namora disparaît, apparaît derrière un ennemi et lui inflige des coups de lourds dégâts en poignardant ensuite. Elle réapparaît à l'endroit où... Ah, j'aime bien ça. Furgas. Ouais. D'accord, il est level 8. Donc le level 8, on a ça. Et pourquoi? Ok, on a trouvé une potion de guérison, nourriture et une perle irréprochable. Ok. Allons ouvrir sa cage.
Oh, thank you. Have you seen Helga? Helga? Helga! Where are you?
Ok. Helga, elle a dû être bouffée à mon avis. Alors attendez, hop. Ah, sympa la petite statue. Ah, ici.
A pile of wood. Or is it actually a pyre?
D'accord, il n'y avait pas un bouton... Ah voilà, un bouton pour tout montrer.
Dried herbs.
Déjà, me chercher à l'inventaire. Ok, d'accord. Ah, là-dedans. Ah, ça va s'ouvrir. Il y a une porte derrière. Non?
Something's not quite right.
Ah, là-haut.
An improvised bracket on which you could hang something.
Ok. C'est un temple de quoi? Je ne sais quoi. Mais c'est un temple de quelque chose. Ah non, 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 mais ça sert à rien ça. On l'a déjà fait. Alors, là-haut, c'est quoi ça? Oh mon dieu! Il n'y a plus de cartes. Allez, vas-y, sur... Et cours, bordel! Quoi, c'est pour sortir ça? Ok, c'est pour se casser. Il n'y a rien d'autre.
Hello. I am Turgdil Goldhand. These are my companions Boindil, Boendal, Redario, Fergus and Namora, Bavragor and Goimgar.
Have you seen Helga?
No, we haven't. If you don't mind me asking, what is your name?
Call me Ensign and drop the pleasantries.
Alors, qui est le gars? Merci pour les grenades. Que fais-tu ici? Qui est le gars?
If I may, who is this Helga?
Helga? Where?
I don't know. I just wanted to know.
Helga is my wife. Didn't I mention that? We came here together, but then the orcs came, and she was gone. Do you think she might have gone home? Helga!
You have a dark notion of what might have happened to Helga, but as you have no proof, you'd rather say nothing.
A été bouffé.
If you see her, you let me know, right?
I wanted to thank you. Your grenades really helped us.
Grenades? Oh, yeah, no problem. I used them to break up boulders, but I ended up attracting these pests. Who was to know that a bognolum around
Les
here?
boglins.
And as if that weren't bad enough, along came the orcs and took me ox skull. Ah! And Helga, where is Helga?
Alors, que fais-tu
What
aussi?
brings you to these parts, Ensign? Not exactly the nicest of places.
Aren't you here for the festival? The unbelievable Wackenstein Festival. My wife and I desperately wanted to see it for ourselves. The blind Guardian, the statue over there, is the key. It calls people from far and wide to the festival. I finally found some information in the archives of the Renciensis as to how the Guardian is activated.
Do you know anything about a secret passage through the mountains?
Secret passage? No, can't say I do. But they say that when the blind Guardian awakens, then people will come to the festival from all corners of the world. Maybe they'll come from the mountains too.
Dis-moi quel est ce
So what
festival.
have you found out about the festival, Ensign?
You see that statue? That's the blind Guardian. You could call him the patron saint of Wackenstein. They say that when the festival begins, then the revelers heed his call from all corners of the earth. According to my research, we need 3 things to start the festival. A burning ox skull, the fire-eater bell...
Ah, le crâne de bœuf en flamme, la cloche dévoreuse de flamme et le verveine.
Well, then the orcs came...
It should be easy to find an ox's skull. All we have to do is find a butcher.
Oh, it can't just be any old ox skull. It needs special decorations and engravings. Took me weeks to prepare that skull. Then the orcs came and took it. Must have thought it had some value.
So, we've got to hunt down an army of orcs. Boindeel will like that. What do we do with the skull when we've got it?
Oh, that's simple. The ox skull must be set on fire.
You're not sure what kind of celebration needs a burning ox skull, but the mission doesn't sound too difficult.
C'est le seul passage pour passer de l'autre côté, voyons. C'est soit ça, soit le fort.
Where will we find the fire-eater bell, and what kind of a name is that anyway?
Renciensis. I tracked you down to a collector who lives outside the city in an estate on the south wall. According to the legend, the bell was mounted in a black tower. The tower caught fire. The bell fell down and smothered the source of the fire. Now I'm sure you can work out the rest. The ringing of the bell opens the way for the blazing fire in our souls. At least that's what is written.
Virenciensis. So what are we waiting for? We'll visit the collector and...
It would be best if you went without me. I have some things to prepare here.
Ouais, on a trouvé de la verveine.
Vervain? Doesn't that grow in Ergon? It's a hell of a long way from here.
Ha! Don't worry. I have a bag, where? Just a minute. It's gone.
Is this what you're looking for?
Oh, yes, yeah, there it is. Oh, I thought I lost it.
You did lose it. To begin the festival, we need the ox skull, the fire-eater bell, and the vervain, right?
Exactly. Then we need to set the skull on fire, ring the bell, and burn the herbs. And then it happens.
You're quite sure you're wasting your time? A huge festival in the middle of nowhere? But you pin your hopes on there being a spark of truth in every story, and that somehow a path will open up through the mountains when you carry out the old ritual.
Putain et scène. Donc ouais, alors il faut trouver des ingrédients pour pouvoir ouvrir la porte qui est secrète qu'il y a derrière là. C'est super. Bon bah de toute façon on peut rien faire d'autre. J'imagine la cloche elle se met là-haut, le crâne brûlera dedans et après c'est tout. Je peux encore faire un truc là-dessus là apparemment, brûler un truc, jeter l'herbe, ouais d'accord. Ah, mais ça va rien faire. Après il faut que je mette le crâne. Ouais c'est ça. Avance, allez avance. Bon bah on se casse. On se tire. Et on va se laisser là-dessus. Donc faut que je trouve les ingrédients pour pouvoir passer la montagne. Enfin je crois hein. Ou est-ce que je peux passer comme ça, non? Non, je ne peux pas passer. Non, ouais c'est ça. On ne peut pas passer du tout. Donc soit je passe par là, mais campement orc c'est totalement impossible. Ou alors il faut que je chope une armée. Ah, faut que j'aille là-haut, là, vers un C6 là. Quête principale, un trait. Est-ce qu'on peut passer? Ouais. Alors parmi les montagnes. Imposant statut. Ok, c'est super. Et Virion 6, c'est là-bas quoi. Putain, on va avoir 30 ans pour y aller quoi. Bon, bah de toute façon, j'ai pas le choix.
As on the previous evening, Bavragor sits apart from the others. But tonight, he waves you over.
Smeralda, my sister. You want to know what happened, right?
You nod and sit down.
She followed Boindle into battle. We tried to talk her out of it, but she was as unyielding as a mountain. Then came the day when the High Pass was attacked.
Bavragor drinks from his liquor.
He killed her. Blinded by the frenzy of battle, he thought she was one of the enemy. I can never forgive him. He killed my sister. Could you?
You inevitably remember the loss of Lotyonen, Frala, and her children. You remain sitting in silence, each of you deep in thought. Boendal approaches, having either heard you or guessing what you are talking about.
His fierce life forge is a curse. He thought the orcs had robbed him of his love, and the ire came over him. Sometimes he calls her name in his dreams. Oh, he'd never admit it, but he suffers just like Bavragor. He too loved her.
The stonemason doesn't react.
Eh oui, il a tué la femme qu'il aimait. Ok, on va se laisser là-dessus, donc j'espère que cet épisode vous a plu, surtout la reprise de la série. On va essayer de, je vais essayer de chercher où se trouvent ces idoles. Et ouais, et après, il y a une armée ici, alors on va peut-être aller les choper. Hein. Enfin, c'est plutôt... Or, là, on va aller vers Verien Sanis. Je suis obligé parce que passer par le camp orc, c'est mission impossible. Allez, sur ce, je vous souhaite à tous et à toutes une bonne semaine. Et on se retrouve très vite pour la suite. Ciao tout le monde.